Okay, here's another one. CNBC again talking about Tesla. Let's go.
David, I want to show you where Tesla is in terms of hitting its annual target, the guidance that they put out earlier this year to deliver
Phil.
1.8 million vehicles after
Yep.
exceeding expectations for the second quarter, delivering 466,000.
Why do they always show this old Tesla Model S? Why do they show the old one? What's going on there? They got to update that. There's a newer one, guys. You got to update that.
Versus the estimate of 445,000, they're now basically halfway towards 1.8 million. And almost everybody agrees, unless something dramatically changes, they will hit that target because they're expected to increase production and increase deliveries in the second half of this year.
They're going to blow by that
target.
target.
So what are the takeaways from the Q2 delivery results? First of all, how much have price cuts hurt margins? There's no doubt that price cuts did stoke sales in the second quarter, especially in China, but at what cost? JP Morgan out today saying, look, we're still going to raise our Q2 estimates, not by a lot, but they are raising them. And then the question is also, is the share price growth limited? By that, we mean take a look at what the stock has done year to date. It's up more than 100%. At the same time, earnings estimates have come down since the beginning of the year. So you've got a stock that is appreciated at an incredible pace while the earnings estimates have come down, and it has more than a few people saying, even with this pop today of 7%, this stock is unlikely to go much higher. So I'm not sure if we're going to see shares of Rivian if they pop up here. That's the question that's out there for investors right now. I also want to...
So people... Okay, so this is like a very short-term investor speak here. He's like, he doesn't think that the stock is going to go much higher. Like these people, I think they're thinking of this quarter or this year. It's not going to go much higher, but we're long term. I'm thinking long term. I'm thinking 5-10 years. Where is this stock going to be? I think now a lot of people are, so I don't know, some people and some institutional investors are seeing where it can go long term because the AI play, everyone's talking about AI now. And then they see, wait, Tesla has AI in the cars, and they've had it for a long time, and people aren't seeing that. So a lot of institutional investors are jumping on the bandwagon now. But we're not concerned about this quarter or this year. Like we're thinking about 5, 10, 15 years in the future. Where is the stock going to be? So yeah, let's hear what Phil has to say.
Point out shares of Rivian. You guys talked about it about a half hour ago. It also reported its Q2 delivery and production results. Two pieces of news here. First of all, deliveries of just over 12,000 vehicles, up 60% compared to the first quarter. So you're seeing the acceleration in deliveries. And in terms of production, the production number is over 13,000. The company reiterated its target of producing at least 50,000 vehicles this year. And that's why shares of Rivian moving higher. And by the way, almost all of the EV stocks moving higher on the numbers from Tesla and now also from Rivian. Clearly, you see an acceleration in the delivery cadence. And the
good for Rivian. I'm rooting for them. I hope they do well.
Phil, I'm curious what the competitive map looks like at this stage because you've got record numbers from Tesla, BYD, Rivian. You know, are any of them taking share from the other, or at this point is it just the tide is lifting with all the boats?
Depends on where you look at it, Leslie. If you're looking at it on a global scale, it's a case where they're not necessarily taking it from each other, but they're increasing their sales at the expense of everyone else. And BYD, by the way, was nipping at the heels of Tesla in terms of global EV sales. It may, in fact, overtake Tesla because of the strength of what it's seen in China. If you're looking at the U.S. market right now, about 64% of the EVs that are sold are Tesla models. And the expectation is that that market share is going to drop as you see more models come out from GM, from Ford, Stellantis through GM or through Jeep and through Ram are going to be ramping up their EV production. But we're not seeing that yet. And that's part of the bull argument out there, which is, okay, where's everybody
the competition?
Else? The party has started.
It's been years.
There's demand there. And yet, you really only see the growth. And you're also seeing it from Rivian here, but you really see it from Tesla.
From Tesla, yeah. So they've been saying that for years. Competition is coming. As soon as they're ready, as soon as they start seeing demand, they're going to flip a switch and turn all their ICE factories into electric car factories. And they're realizing that it's not that easy. It's very, very difficult. as the president of Ford said, it's extremely difficult. And the software stuff that he was talking about too, how each part that they get, they outsource all their different parts, right? So if they outsource everything, all of those parts have different software attached to it from different companies. And to get them to all talk together, they have to like, it's a mess. If you guys heard that call, I think he was talking about it on the call, or he was talking about it in an interview. The president of Ford, how difficult it is, how software is super difficult. But Tesla, they make they're vertically integrated, so they have it all. They make it all themselves, so everything talks to each other. You can control it from your phone. It's all integrated already. So, yeah, the competition, the competition has been coming for so long now, and they're not. It's not going to be good for them. It's not at all. Like, they can't create them at scale. They can't create them with a profit. Even BYD, even though they're producing, they could eventually produce more cars than Tesla. Their profit margin is very small. It's very, very small compared to Tesla's 18%. I think BYD is at 3 to 5% right now. But yeah, Tesla's going to continue to grow. They got 2 more factories ramping in Austin and Berlin. And they're going to exceed 1.8 million cars. See, again, they do the deliveries, guys. We got to focus on production here. How many cars can they produce rather than deliver? They're going to produce, well, way more than 1.8 cars. If everything keeps going well, if some huge disaster doesn't happen, again, they're going to exceed 1.9, maybe even 2 million cars this year. And everyone's going to be shocked and amazed, even though they've already produced like over 900,000 cars in 2 quarters. So if you do the math, that's already more than 1.8 if they double that. But we know that 2 factories are currently ramping. Cybertruck might come out in very little, very, very little volume, probably just nothing by the end of the year. Won't even count that. But they are ramping their Mexico. They are starting to build the Mexico factory, so that should come online maybe next year. But yeah, it's going to be a good year for Tesla. A good decade. They already won, so it's just we know what's going to happen. So I've been a long-term investor in Tesla since 2018. Continue to buy the stock every month. And I'm going to keep continuing to do that for, I don't know when I'm going to stop, but let me know what your thoughts are. How much of your portfolio is Tesla? Mine is like 99.97% Tesla. Let me know if you are long-term, or do you think Ford and GM will catch up to Tesla and beat them somehow? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so make sure to sub to the channel for lots more Tesla news, and I'll see you next time.